Hello there, this is Cookies. I have turn 11 of M.A. Naba, and we only had one expansion. We're pretty much wrapping up expansion, but we also caught a few other people expanding, so we'll take a look at those. In terms of events, we got 2 blood slaves, we got some gold and some luck, which is good, and some gold. We'll go ahead and take a look at other people's expansion first. So we finally catch Jotunheim's Bless, True Sight, and Larger. So size 7 giants. Over 50 HP. This guy's got over 60. I don't think there's any sacred troops in this. But... oh, we have a hearse here. Oh, we have a little wolf rider too. That's cool. But this guy's Holy 1 and this guy is Holy 3. They should provide plenty of banishment. There's a big one there. Similar sort of effect to what I did with the undead in the province I was near. We can see these guys when, yeah, they can, when they hit 0 hit points, they'll go into a beast form. And so we see one of them here, big Jotun werewolf. Does get regen, but loses all their armor when they go into this form. Not that they had much to begin with, but 9 is still less than, is this 12? So, does make an impact. You can see some of the Jotuns left. They're running away. But the main battle line has held firm. It's killing the soulless. And we do have a little white mage back here. He's got an elk quill and a ring of frost. Did they end up killing him? No, he ends up getting away. Probably good. Don't want him getting free gear. Jotunheim's looking very large. So I think talking with a few other players, I think we're starting to get concerned. We have Blurred Body coming out. We have a Holy 2 Jotun Goat for Blessing. And these guys are size 7, 53 hit points. Very large. I don't think they actually need to get blessed to get the benefit of this. So maybe they are getting blessed, but yeah, now it's swapping over to Sermon of Courage. Yeah, pretty good there. Looks like we have a Gija for site searching coming out. Alright, so loses 5 sacreds, though, against the barbarians. And loses 11 Jotun javelins. Pyrene, meanwhile, is moving into the Great Forest. We have a few troops to kind of catch stuff coming up the middle, and we have big flanking night attacks. Is it just Holy Ones? Yep. Alright. He's got a few different commanders. You can see the Bloodhenge Druids summoning in some imps. Also casting Enlarge, which is kind of wasting time. Alright, nice flanking. Taking care of the Dark Vines. And all done. No casualties. Emerald Knights are pretty good. And then in Fukan, We've got our little crew coming in. Heavy infantry. What's that? Militia. And light infantry. So we're going to hit the militia first, which is good. Get some of their HP off the field. Unfortunately, these guys get a little bit caught out. This guy starts getting knocked down. But we get a lucky morale roll on the heavy infantry. So he ends up surviving. We do take a little bit of attrition here, so we lose 2 of our Adite soldiers, but all of our Janguard survive, which is really good. And yeah. Alright, so in terms of how things are looking post-expansion, we've been cut off for access to this throne, which we're not super happy about. This one's still independent for some reason. So maybe I'll come up and grab this if Grippa's not going to. This is Grippa as Pythium. Meanwhile, we have Zan over here as Vanarus. Per tradition, they want to hell war each other, which means this Jotunheim is going uncontested at the moment. Then we also see Man down here, so maybe Pythia or Pyrene and Man could help out with the Jotunheim problem. Because, yeah, they're definitely huge. They're as tall as 2 other players. In terms of other stuff and goings on, we're sending a bunch of scouts out to find the full extent of Bandar. So we're working on that. We're getting disturbed by the increasing dom pressure and forting. Like, I understand he wants to fort the exits here, but not loving this Dominion pressure. We don't have a lot of candles. Our scales are pretty good, so we do like them. So I might have to, as much as it sucks, I might have to get the Mukaribs out preaching at some point. I don't think the Caribs will do a very good job at it. I don't think I have a great recruitable priest. Yeah, it's just more of the Caribs. So yeah, might have to get the Mukaribs out preaching. What I should do is, well, what we're actually doing this turn is we're building a couple of labs to get some foreign mage recruitment going. But also what I should do is get a fort going. So maybe I'll just get one of these labs. Maybe this one here. And then get a fort going next turn. Maybe that's what I'll do. And then this guy can actually come up here. Because we're going to meet up here. But it would be good to have like a commander over here who can maybe get the lab started for a fort here. And then if I have 2 forts and then my 2 independent labs in between. Although that could be bad. I wouldn't want them to not be able to recruit, so maybe we do the lab here. Okay. In which case, we'll bump up the PD a little bit. $15 gives me 3 griffins. I don't necessarily want to patrol out scouts, so I'll do 11. Not yet, anyways. I don't want them knowing what PD type it is. And then this probably didn't need to be 11, but that's okay. This will help. We'll get a little bit of patrol strength here. And maybe we can get a little bit of patrol strength here. We'll do 11. And yeah, I think just 11's fine. I don't think I'm going to go too high on the PD. All right, we'll see if we can't get a fort going in Glannis, and then we'll have the adjacent lab and the adjacent lab. So we'll be able to recruit our hermit Sahirs. We'll have a pair of forts here. That'll be really nice. That'll help control this area, but they should also be able to support each other. So I think Glannis is the spot. And we're saving some money up to get that going. So this guy's heading there. Where are you going? Just back to the capital? Can you go further? Where are you guys going? Just back to the capital? Well, you don't need the camel guy for that. Oh, I'm gonna have some camel guys, but this should give me an extra camel guy. And there we go. Let's add a few more camels into this. And I think that's it. In terms of recruitment, we're getting these Janguard. We're starting recruitment of a new Sahir. Although maybe now's the time I get a Malika and get her out site searching. Oh my goodness, look at all these randoms. Every Malika is going to be unique. Oh no, this guy's finishing. We don't want to cancel him. Okay. All right. Getting this guy. We're getting a few camels here, a few camels here, a camel here. And then I think we're getting a scout up here to go check out Jotunheim in a place where he won't see me recruit it. And we've assigned our Janguard as bodyguards, just in case Abyssia tries something. Ballin's definitely known for his shenanigans, so we'll play it a little bit safe. And then, yeah, we're going to start looking into Bandarlog. We've been chatting a little bit with Ballin. We're still thinking about going on Bandarlog. Bandarlog is looking very large. They've got some nice land I'd like to get to. I'd like to get access to this throne. I don't think he'd be willing to give up any of this either, because, I mean, Hubberton's his cap circle, but I would love to get Hubberton. And I think Abyssia would love to get some of this. So maybe we can see what we can do. It would also give Abyssia access to these cave exits. So thinking about that. The other war possibility is Jotunheim, because I have two borders with them, so I could help False God with a Jotunheim war. Probably not doing the majority of the fighting, but I could definitely try to raid into this a little bit. I'm not sure how much False God would want me to do on this front. Maybe I could take one province, but I imagine he would want most of this. And then I'd be moving in through here, and eventually False God's going to want something on the other side of the river. We'll see. But yeah, that would... Either one of these wars is going to make me kind of a noodle, which isn't great. And then I'll probably have to do some sort of war against the False God or Pyrene, or the False God or Abyssia, which is played by Ballin. Ballin's just kind of like in my shit. And I think False God and I would both like to be on both sides of this river. I'm not sure. But for now, hopefully we can stay peaceful. And yeah, I think that's most of it. We haven't heard any rumblings about... We haven't heard much about what Man's doing. We haven't heard any rumblings about what Vanderlog is doing. I'm not sure who is here. Maybe it's Man. Maybe Man is here. Then I feel like somebody should be over here. Maybe it's Kidson. Although maybe Kidson's up here. So, I don't know. There's a lot of space here. And we've got Vanaroos here. Vanderlog here, I guess. But Grippa and Zan are over here. Ballin's here. So maybe we can get something in this big empty space at some point. I don't know. Maybe we'll never see what's over here. I'm not sure. It's definitely feeling crowded over here, which means maybe it's not so crowded over here. We've got 3, 6, 9, 12. So maybe Ulm and Fascia are out there. Oh, Man is Kitson. All right, so we've seen Kitson. We found Agartha. Oh, Asphodel's probably over there. Yeah, because I think we've seen everyone except Ulm and Asphodel. So maybe that's the big nations in kind of this area. I'm not sure. So we'll just have to figure out where they are. But oh, and then research. So we're about halfway to Evo 3. We're going to finish out Evo 3. I might change up this ordering and pick up all 2 or all 3 sooner than later, because we get some pretty good stuff in alt. So we get Misform, which is really good. We get Blur, Mirror Image, I guess Burn. This is Combustion, okay. Gift of Cheated Fate. Then up here we get Mist, Immolation, which is pretty nice. Although it burns the caster, but some of our Jin could pull that off. We get Cold Res, which is also nice. We could do that if we go to fight Jotunheim. Group Blur and Displace Body. So that'd be through Alteration 3. And with Evocation, we get Fireball, we get Stormwind, potentially Magma Bolts. We get some of this stuff, some of these cloud effects. So this cloud, Fire Cloud. I'm not even sure what this does. So it's a sleep effect. All right. Scorching Wind, Thunderstrike, Hurricane, Ephemeral Blast, Ghost Wolves. So a lot of good stuff up in here. Go a little bit further, you have Falling Fires, Hidden Flame, Fires from Afar, Stellar Cascades, Astral Geyser, Illusory Army. Potentially our Malika could do Project Self. We've also got Smokeless. If we were to somehow get to Evo 6, then we really start getting some fun stuff. So we got Flame Eruption and Smokeless Flame, which is 45 armor-piercing damage. And it can be pretty high range if you're high in fire. And there's a lingering cloud effect. Large area combustion. AoE 10, no less. We also get Wrathful Skies, Magma Eruption, and what else could we theoretically cast? Yeah, so lots of good stuff in Evocation for us. Even Evo 7 has Firestorm, although at some point we're probably going to want to run up Construction. But we'll see when we can get around to that. Thaumaturgy would also be good for us. So getting down to Thumb 5 gives us Awakened Gen block, which our Caribs can do. And it has some priestly powers, so it could preach as well. That'd be pretty handy. And then we also get Soul Slay here, which is also pretty good. So we could use that to kill thugs. We get Group Luck. So I think Thumb 5 is a pretty good target for us too. Slumber. Talistic Animation, where we can get a... Instead of using our Mukaribs, we could use this. That would be a good way to get Holy Twos to preach for us. Prison of Fire is pretty good. It's a AoE, like, stun, basically. Yeah, definitely some good stuff in here. There's Luck, Sleep, Despair. The carrier spells, I guess. You could rage enemies. Yeah, just some good stuff in here. So, oh gosh, and then there's Conjuration, where we can get Jinn warriors. We get all this stuff, and then there's Blood, where we can get all of this stuff. So I think we're going to be going wide, and just try to get a lot of 5s, I think. Thumb 5 is good. Blood 5, maybe even Blood 6. Get Shaitan. You get the Gulas, the Ifrits, the Ghouls. That would all be great. Conjuration 4, you get the Jinn. Conjuration 5, you get Jinn warriors. And even in Conjuration 6, you get a bunch of new stuff. Alteration, you get a lot of good group buffs for troops. And Enchantment, you get a little bit of thugging through like Fire Shield, stuff like that. Gift of True Sight. We get stuff like Flaming Arrows, Fireflight Arrows, so stuff for our archers. So yeah, probably thinking about a lot of 5s, maybe a couple of 6s, go really wide rather than really deep, and we'll see how that works for us. Hopefully we can turn ourselves into a research powerhouse. We've got the Magic 4 going on at the moment, which apparently gives rare horror marks. So, but I'll take it. I'll take the research bump. Everyone's researching for 11 at the moment. So, yeah. So just wanted to give an idea about what's going on, and I'll go ahead and see you in turn 12. Have a good one.